This year's high-level political forum reviews goals 6, 7, 9, 11, and 17, clean water, affordable energy, infrastructure, sustainable cities, and partnerships. The question is not about arriving at a perfect solutions now, but rather about developing a deeper understanding and building a shared sense of empathy toward addressing these challenges. It's about process. In the culture of digital learning, real-world problem solving, these students are building critical thinking, empathy, partnership, muscles our multilateral system desperately needs.
The Portuguese government has recognized for many years now that digital literacy and specifically artificial intelligence education are no longer an option. Startups founded by young Portuguese entrepreneurs are using AI also to improve agriculture, renewable energy, education, accessibility, and even mental health issues. Our national artificial intelligence agenda, which we approved, positions youth not just as future beneficiaries of these emerging technologies, but actually as active drivers of change.
In Indonesia, we are very enthusiastic in embracing digital transformation, a process that in Indonesia is driven by our youth. Youth need an enabling environment, one that embraces and acknowledges youth as key partners, as enablers, and as agents of change. We believe that youth digital collaboration means placing young people, placing all of you, not merely as beneficiaries for digital transformation, but as co-creators of solutions.
Through youth digital collaboration with South Korean students, my project partner Lucy and I didn't just exchange ideas. We compared realities. Pedestrian safety is a global issue, but the causes and solutions look different depending on the urban context. Education builds awareness and gives young people the skills to analyze their real environments. Our hope is that student-centered interactive workshops will push the envelope even further.
Today I stand with you to speak about an issue that reflects global challenges yet demands local solution: homelessness. To break this cycle, we propose Anderson Haven House, a multi-use shelter designed to provide more than a bed. Anderson County expects homelessness to increase. This is due to limited government resources such as nonprofits, NGOs, and they needed to help address the gap.
Anderson University has this project led by 3 students. My role is to build partnerships and link the community to other resources. However, this project cannot be completed without strong community partnerships. Organizations such as the Dream Center will help with community outreach and engagement, and organizations like Meals on Wheels will help with food support.
We specifically analyze whether the current smart mobility infrastructure is truly usable for the visually impaired. We developed 5 solutions to improve bus accessibility. We propose a reliable system that announces bus numbers and directions in multiple languages only after the bus has fully stopped. Instead of searching for stop buttons, we suggest installing pull codes or long bus windows, allowing passengers to request stops from anywhere. 4th, fixed bus stopping locations.
Our message is not about introducing new advanced technology, but about redesigning our perspective. We hope Yuzong District can become a leading example of transportation policy for vulnerable groups.
Our idea was to find a solution to the problem that it is fast fashion. The solution that we came up was a clothing exchange platform.
Final Product is a closed website for the school community to help students exchange clothes easily instead of buying new ones.
We present to a group of the students at the school. We explain the problem, the objective of the project, and how the platform can work. We collect feedback through a survey, improve the project based on their answers.
In 2022, Monterrey faced one of the worst water crises in its history. To respond, our school conducted a water audit. We checked bathrooms, kitchens, irrigation systems, and water fountains.
We identified leaking faucets, malfunctioning systems, and low awareness of water conservation among students. We presented the report to school administrators and made immediate repairs. We adjusted the school budget to prioritize water efficiency.
Eco-based walkway is actually close to our vision is to still feel open and natural, not closed like a tunnel, which is very perfect for Singapore's city and nature vision. To develop the EcoBridge project, collaboration is essential. We can work with the government agencies, and on the international level, we can collaborate with ASEAN to support implementation, planning, and management, plus to exchange ideas.
Our team had SC7, affordable and clean energy for all. We come up with an awareness to action campaign idea to reduce energy waste. K High Energy Hunters. This campaign begins by examining how people think about clean energy.
Now I will explain our project called Energy Money, which will be a carbon neutral economy model for schools. In March, we organized the team School Energy Hunters and design energy coins which will be given to students who are good at energy saving actions.
HydroGuard is a hands-on real-time AI flood monitoring module designed and built by our team. So the AI provides real-time monitoring of water level in both small and large water bodies.
The flood detector system is connected to the HydroGuard by Wi-Fi connection. The flood detector system gets the water level and sends a notification a signal about the water level to the HydroGuard.
Just like the projects here today, our story is one of global collaboration. With working with students in South Korea, we came to understand that hunger and poverty were global issues, appearing differently in every community. Our team made a deliberate decision to carry this work forward. With encouragement from our local school, community, and validation from a global audience,
G Foods works to bridge the gap between food waste and food insecurity. That seed planted at the UN has grown into an organization that has distributed over 12 million pounds of food.
Today, more than 60% of Africa's population is under the age of 25, representing an immense reservoir of creativity, digital fluency across Africa. Young innovators are using digital tools to map water resources, monitor water quality, and support early warning systems for droughts and floods. Youth-driven digital initiatives are already helping to address these gaps in concrete ways.
We also support the integration of youth-led digital innovation and civic tech initiatives into national and local SDG implementation processes to ensure that Pact for the Future's intergenerational equity commitments are reflected in city-level decision-making, since we're talking about sustainable cities today.
We really need to vastly transform education. We need to change how we think about learning, how we think about knowledge, and what we do. Digital technologies must be understood and developed beyond intercultural learning, not just a technical solution or one-directional tool from global north to south.
We'd be very happy to see a lot of the projects you're working on be supported through this. So those are some examples of the things we do to engage youth and young people around the world. And it especially found that even when youth are consulted during policy design, they very often do not see their feedback reflected.
Food is an integral part of the human experience. And unfortunately, our legacy food systems simply cannot meet the needs of the future. What we've been able to develop and what the industry has been able to create over the last 10 years is really an evolution of agricultural technology.
Engaging youth and young people on these initiatives and on the SDGs, it's not a gift, it's an imperative. If we can get things to scale at the local level, they can have this global impact while giving people a sense of agency and ownership, which I think is something that is really lacking at the moment.
My question is, how do we expect those people to really care about changes in their society?
Now, the new generation are very much open-minded, very much aware about possibilities, about alternatives. So this in itself is a driver for change. No one side has solution for all problems of the globe, but it has to be collective effort and it has to be shared responsibility. Of course, to have universal, affordable digital access must be guaranteed. That we have to have capacity building must go beyond basic digital skills, that young people need opportunities to develop leadership, policy literacy, and systemic thinking skills that allow them to engage effectively.
In the global citizenship education, what changes are needed in schools?
I think it's not going to open up, like you're not going to all of a sudden learn digital literacy. It's coming down from above. It's got to come from below and come from you all. What you're learning here are things to share with your teachers so they can incorporate them into classes and administrators. And I think the more and more people see that, they'll move away from this kind of standardized, test-driven kind of learning that we think education should be.
How exactly those partnerships break down in practice? Like communities in Africa, how come the issue still persists, even with all these successful projects and initiatives? How come there's so many other communities that are still underrepresented?
That's an interpretation of that question of why haven't we made more progress. I think it's important to remember multilateralism and global collaboration and partnership works. We are experiencing new global challenges. Those kinds of discussions are happening here at the UN. We are making progress on that. So I'm optimistic, but it's going too slowly. And I think with your impatience and help and creativity and solutions, we can hopefully help bring the solutions and the ideas from the local to the global and back out.
You are the agents of action here. You are the ones that are taking the Agenda 2030 and making it your own. You don't need permission to change the world. You are taking the SDGs, are putting the theory or the text that we as delegates put on the Agenda 2030 and taking it into concrete action. So you are really the ones that remind us every single day what and why we're making this for.